Hello! Today we've got a really exciting video because we're going to be trying a bunch of new stuff from Body Collection, which if you don't know, it's the really affordable brand in Wilko. Its sister brand is Technic, which they also have in Wilko, but they're both really affordable and they make a lot of dupe products. So today we're going to be trying a bunch of new stuff from Body Collection. One of my first videos, if not my first video I ever did on this channel, was doing a full face of Body Collection. So yeah, I haven't tried it in like a hot minute, but I'm really excited. We've got some stuff to try. I haven't got enough for a full face, but we are going to be doing pretty much a full face of new makeup. We're definitely going to be going with some of the Valentines vibes. We're going to be doing a nice like soft glam romantic look, but still keeping it casual because I'm not changing out of this t-shirt. I cannot be asked. So yeah, that is what we're doing. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get into it. So I do already have my brows slicked up. I used a bit of the tinted brow glue from NYX. I do realise they look kind of crazy right now, but it should come together hopefully at the end. I've been liking doing this before I do any of my other makeup because it helps to just like clean it up a little bit. And I do have a little bit of concealer on my eyelids that I just set with this pressed powder from Body Collection. I used to love this pressed powder, so I'm really excited to try it again. But this is the main palette we're going to be using. This is the Amore palette from Body Collection. So this, I'm assuming, is kind of like their Valentine's Day collection. It has some eyeshadows over here and then some face colours over here. It looks really pretty. I think there was actually a deeper option as well. Like I think there was different skin tone options, which is nice. So we're going to be using this on our face. But I want to do more of like a pink look today. So we are going to substitute it a little bit with this nude taupe palette from Layer Beauty. I got this from Home Bargains and I've tried the light one and also the deep one. I think the deep one might be coming in like my next video. I have already tried it. But yeah, I really like these palettes, so we're going to substitute with a little bit of these nice pinks in here. To start, I actually think I'm going to use a little bit of this like matte blush we've got in here, just to give me sort of some pink colour. That's the nice thing about this, is that although there's not that many like pink eyeshadows in this Body Collection palette, they do have the blushes and the highlight obviously that you can use, but it is a bit more like purple toned. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm going to start with that blush. It doesn't really look powdery. Well, I mean, it is a bit powdery. But the imprints on this as well are so cute. Like all of the little hearts and stuff. Oh. And remember that this is a blush, so it shouldn't be as pigmented as like an eyeshadow. I'm just going to... Oh, that looks nice actually. I have tried some eyeshadows from Body Collection in the past like couple years and I actually really like it. I really like what I've tried from them. I do think that they've improved a lot since I tried them the first time, but I don't actually have like base products from them. We have a concealer that I don't know if it's technically concealer, it's like an eye brightener sort of thing that I used to love, so I'm really excited to try that. And also this shade is really pretty. It has like a little bit of sheen to it. It's kind of like a satin, but it's really nice. And I don't have like a specific look in mind, but I do know that I want to go very just like romantic with it. Do something a bit more creative. I did pull out these. I have teeny tiny little, these are like little flowers that I want to use. And I also did bring out some glitter because I love glitter. Honestly, this is like so nice, like so nice. It's making me almost like a little bit scared to use it as blush because it is so pigmented, but it's like a really pretty colour. I'll zoom you in a little bit more just so you can see this. It's like really pretty. It's really smooth. Then I'm going to go into my Layer Beauty palette and I'm going to take this more sort of like mauvey, dusty pink and we're going to use a little bit of that. It's like a bit more of like a neutral toned pink. It's a little bit deeper, but this eye look is not really going to get too deep just because I don't really have the shades for it, honestly. I could use like a purple to deepen it up, but I don't really think I want to. Also, this is the first time I've ever tried these Layer Beauty eyeshadows on a set base. I normally don't set my concealer, but the last couple days I have been setting it I don't know why. I just decided I was going to try it. So this is the first time I'm actually trying these on a set base, and they're still super pigmented, but they seem to be having a little bit of a hard time sticking on this outer corner. So I do think I would suggest not setting your base with these eyeshadows. Now I want to take, I think, a little bit of this one here. It's browny, but it definitely has kind of like a rosy-ish undertone. And I'm just going to use it to like deepen out the outer corner just a little bit. Okay, so that is how the eyes are looking. It's very like soft and kind of like washed out, but I really like it. It is very cute and romantic. Now probably what I'm easily the most excited about is this shimmer. The shimmers in this palette look insane, but we're going to take this beautiful pink. It's my first time feeling them. Oh, they feel nice. It looks a bit chunky though, but that looks so pretty. Okay, and then I'm just gonna whack this. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, it's like duochrome. It's like pink and yellow. That is so pretty. It feels, I won't lie, it feels kind of like thick. Like the texture is kind of thick, but it's so beautiful. See, look, that is what I expected from that shadow. It did not let me down. Oh my god, that's so stunning. That shade really didn't let me down. I want to swatch these other ones now. Oh, they look so freaking pretty. So there's these three. Whoa, look at those. They look insane. These shimmers are really pretty. I think I just want to take a little bit of this pink out of this layer palette, if it would focus. And I just want to pop that sort of like on the middle, just to sort of like help blend this. These shimmers are also really, really, really pretty. Okay, I'm just going to blend this a little bit, and then our eye look will be done. We do have liner, but I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, eyes are looking so pretty. I love it. That shimmer is so nice. But now we have an eyeliner. So I got the Body Collection. This is the To The Point eyeliner, super fine liquid eyeliner. I got it in black. For some reason I thought I got it in brown, but we're just going to try this out. I've been loving a winged liner recently, so let's see how this goes. Shall we? Is it a brush? It is a brush tip. How nice. I thought it might not be, but that looks good actually. It's not bleeding. That looks really, really good. Let's try this out. Why do I get the feeling that I'm not going to be good at this today? Oh, why is it not showing up? Okay, it's not like the blackest. And the tip is very hard. Product isn't really coming out of it. Like, it's not very like fluid. Like, it's definitely more dry, but I can be pretty precise with it. It's just kind of hard to do the wing when like product isn't coming out. Yeah, the formula of this is like way too dry. Like, it's just not coming out on my eye. Like, let me show you on this eye. I'll zoom you in so you can see. So like, as I'm I'm having to go over it like a lot to get it to show up, and then it's like skipping. I feel like product isn't getting to like the tip of the eyeliner, so like you can't use the tip, which you kind of need to be able to use to be precise. I don't like this eyeliner. Let me finish doing this and then I'll come back. Okay, I won't lie to you, I do not like the way that this looks. I actually had to touch it up a little bit with my collection eyeliner that I've been liking. I really don't like this. The tip is not flexible enough. It's quite hard. Product doesn't get all the way to like the tip. Like, it's not very easy to use. And also when I was trying to clean it up, like, my outer corner of my eyes feel really, really, really dry. Like, almost like it's dried them out, which I don't love, because I'm kind of prone to eczema, like, around my eyes. Like, I get really bad dry patches. So I don't really like this eyeliner, and I would not use it again. I way prefer my Collection Extreme Bold, what is this called? 24-hour felt tip calligraphy liner. It looks like this. I just way prefer the way that this applies. So I think we're gonna do our base, and then we'll come back and add any nice stuff we want to add. So for foundation, today we're going to be trying out the Maybelline. This is the 30-hour foundation, the Superstay Activewear. So I have this one in the shade Naked Ivory. When I like went to test this in the haul, it just like squirted oil onto my hand. So I'm going to make sure this is a really good shook, and we're gonna, okay, I'm just gonna blend it using my trusty sponge that I always use. The shade looks light. Oh, it has some nice coverage to it. That actually looks really nice. Like, that covered my rosacea really nicely. Like, it's not really dewy, but it's also not really matte. It's kind of like a satin natural. That looks really nice. I'm actually kind of surprised by that, because I think when I did the haul video, this was the foundation that I was the least excited for, because it just looked the worst when I swatched it. It kind of blends out weirdly. Like, I feel like I'm kind of struggling to, like, I'm not struggling to blend it, but I feel like it's just moving product around my face a lot. Okay, I'm squirting on the back of my hand. So you can see it is like pretty thick, but it's also a little bit runny because it is moving. So then I'm just gonna, yeah, it is starting to look quite a bit more matte as it's like drying down. It's kind of looking a bit dry as well. Kind of like, it almost looks like I've got powder on my skin, like not a liquid foundation. Okay, so it says on here that it's up to 30 hour. It's got full coverage, it's light as air, it's transfer resistant, it's seamless and matte finish, and it's oil free. So yeah, I do think it is quite matte. Let me zoom you in all of the way so you can see sort of like how things are looking. I feel like I can never get this little bit of my nose here. Honestly, it's actually looking pretty decent. If I was to do this again, I'd probably try like a glowy primer underneath. Like, I've been using my collection, the Charlotte Tilbury dupe one, but this is looking, it's like looking very smooth on my forehead. Like, I feel like you can really see like the pores on this side, whereas this side looks like blurred. Yeah, it does. Like, it's proper blurring like on my actual texture. Okay, I actually like that. If you like a if you like more of a matte finish, this is definitely really nice actually. Like, this is one of the better mattes that I've tried. We'll have to see what it's like once it's set down, but so far I'm actually really liking it. It just looks really blurred, and like, it honestly doesn't really feel like I've got anything on my face. But let me do the other side, and then I'll come back and we'll do some concealer. Okay, I'm back, and I have some thoughts. Firstly, I just want to show you the texture sort of around my mouth. That's sort of the only place where I really dislike the way that it looks. Honestly, I get this problem a lot, like around here. I'm not really sure what it is, but I don't love it. But the rest of my face looks really good. It does look like a soft matte, I would agree with that. I think it is a pretty full coverage. Like, it's not, I guess, full, because you can maybe still see like the tiniest amount of rosacea, but it's pretty freaking good. Like, I would say it is full coverage. It looks really good. It is one of the better matte foundations that I've tried. But honestly, I don't even feel like I would need to set this. Like, it's not like going anywhere. Like, it's just sort of, I feel like I can like rub my face. There's maybe like a little tiny bit of foundation on my hands once I do that. Maybe I need to give it a little bit longer to set down, but it feels good. The only thing I will say is that especially like around my mouth, it does feel very like tight. It feels very like tight and dry. But so far, I actually quite like that. Let's move on to concealer. So we do have this L'Oreal Infallible concealer to try, which is definitely more of like a full coverage concealer. And then like I mentioned, we do have this from Body Collection. This I used to love. This is the Body Collection Illuminating Under Eye Concealer in the shade Light. So I think I might use the Body Collection to start off with, because the L'Oreal Infallible, I did actually try that the other day, and that also is quite a dry matte concealer. But this is the Body Collection one. Let me just twist this up. And in this like concealer, I'm fairly certain they've only got like 2 shades, so that's not the best. But I don't think it's meant to have like a lot of coverage. So honestly, I used to like it, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna do this. Oh, it's quite deep for light. That's very deep for light. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that work. Let me try. Oh, it's actually got a lot more coverage than I thought it would. Oh, that looks nice. Let me like zoom you in a bit so you can see this. That actually looks really good. Whoa, past Kate was onto something. That actually looks really nice. Like, it does look bright, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the shade is correct. Like, I think I would have preferred it if it was a bit lighter. But that actually looks nice. I've tried quite a few of these, like, brightening color correction type things, and they never really work for me. This one actually looks really good. It's probably the better one of these that I've tried, if not the best one. Because it's not like shimmery. Like, some of them have like full on just like glitter in them to be like light reflecting, but this one, it looks really like smooth. Can you see a difference? I can. I'm actually very surprised. I actually really like that. Like, it's definitely, I'd say, a light to medium coverage. Like, it's by no means full, but that looks really good. I'm shook. I'm shook. Okay, we're gonna do L'Oreal on the other side. It has a huge doe foot. This is meant to be, oh my god, it stings. It stings like chemical aloe vera. But this is meant to be a dupe of Tarte Shape Tape, which I've never tried. But when I tried this the other day, it dried down very quickly. It was very thick, and honestly I didn't love it, but we'll try it again. I just think at the minute my skin has been so dry that like a lot of products aren't working for me, but I'm sure I'll try a bunch of these out in like the summer months when my skin's a bit better, and maybe I'll prefer them a bit. Okay, so that side is definitely lighter and has more coverage, I'd say, but I almost feel like it accentuates my like eye bag more. Like, I almost feel like I look tired more on this side. It could just be the shade. Other than that, it looks good. Like, it looks nice and smooth, but I don't know. I feel like I look tired, but the concealer is nice. It has a nice amount of coverage. I feel like I can still see a little bit of darkness there though, but I'm just gonna add a little bit over here, see how it layers. Also see how this concealer looks with that brightener underneath. Will it make any difference? So that's just concealer. This is concealer and brightener, and I don't know which side I prefer. I almost feel like I prefer this side because I think I look a little more awake. But this side I think looks maybe a little bit more natural because I don't have as much product under there. But regardless, I actually really like both of these concealers. I wasn't expecting to, but I think it looks nice. especially with more like a full glam makeup like we're doing today. So look, further away, I way prefer this eye. I just think I look way less tired. But let me know what you guys think down below. I will say, I think that where that foundation has dried down, it's almost like a little bit difficult to blend stuff on top of it. Like, because it's quite dry, it already feels like my face has been powdered. So it is kind of difficult to blend the concealers on top. And I do feel like it is creating a little bit of texture. But honestly, my face looks really freaking good. Like, it's very full coverage. Like, it doesn't really feel like I've got... Like, my face feels tight with, like, dryness. But actually, to the touch, it, like, doesn't really feel like I've got anything on it. Like, it feels completely, like, set. So, we are going to try this powder. I used to love this powder. I haven't tried it in a long time. But when I tried it, I loved it. So we are going to try this to set our under eyes a little. Even though I'm not really sure that it needs a setting super bad. But let me zoom you in and we can do this together. I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. It does feel a little bit like tacky, I guess, to the touch. Okay, so I'm just going to take... This is my little powder brush. And my powder, I'm just gonna like dip in. I remember this powder being like very powdery, and I'm gonna my under eyes. Okay, it definitely like darkened my eye a little, but it looks nice and smooth. The shade, I was expecting this shade to be like brightening because it is kind of like a banana colour, but I suppose it would be better for like deeper skin tones. But this is meant to be translucent, but it is just deepening my makeup up a little. It's very smooth though. I'm going to put this on my nose. So you can see I have some like dry texture and stuff on my nose, but it does actually look very like blurred if I put it on my forehead. Now that could be the foundation, because the foundation already did look very blurring. But I'll keep trying this stuff out with like different makeup so that we can see. But so far it's looking good. I still have texture around my lip, which I mean I was expecting that because I had texture there before I set it. But it looks good. Honestly, the rest of it I don't even feel like I need to set it. So I'd say like from a distance I look dead smooth. I look very flat because it is quite full coverage. I mean, it doesn't look like the best close-up, but it also doesn't look the worst. I've definitely had worse. Like, I actually kind of like this. Now let's move into our little palette again. So I'm going to start... Oh, trying to open it. There is a bronzer in here, which we're going to try out. If that doesn't work, I already do have a bronzer from Body Collection that is like one of my favourite bronzers. This is in the shade light to medium, so I'll show you it next to this one. Honestly, it feels creamier than my one. I feel like this is the one from the palette, this is my one. My one's like definitely more warm toned. This one is almost like a bit more green toned, but it did feel really, really nice and smooth. So you can see them both there. Just gonna tap in. It's like a little bit powdery, but nothing crazy. We're just gonna... Ooh, pigmented. Oh, I actually like that. That looks nice. Just gonna pat over that a little bit. I really like that. I like the colour. It's smooth. It's like contouring but also bronzing, because like it gives my face a structure whilst also warming it up. That, I really like that. I knew that I would because I already love... Sorry, I just knocked everything over. I knew that I would because obviously I love that other bronzer. But like, look at that. That is so easy to blend. I put quite a lot on my forehead then. It looks nice. It's like... almost, I guess, kind of like a satin finish. Like, it doesn't look like fully... Like, it doesn't look like flat matte. It looks like it has sort of like a natural sheen to it. Have I just found another new bronzer that's my favourite from Body Collection, because honestly I love this. Okay, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into this pink here, which is what we had on our eyes. I'm scared. These powders are so pigmented. Holy shiza. Okay, and as well, I'm fairly certain that this full palette was like £6. So go into your local Wilko and have a look at Body Collection, because like it's so good. Just they nail the powder formula. Oh my god, that was so much blush. So they do have like a glowy blush as well, but honestly I'm like scared of it. Oh, it doesn't look that bad. That's what that glowy blush looks like blended out. Actually looks very pretty. I'm just not a big glowy blush person, but I am going to use some of this highlighter, which I'm also very scared of. I'm a bit worried that it's going to be quite deep for me. It's very like creamy. So that's the highlighter there. It definitely does look like it might be a little bit deep. Ooh. No, that looks good. This full palette is like just such, like, it's full of bangers. And you get to try a little bit of everything. This is like so nice. And also these powders are so pigmented that I honestly think with this palette you could actually do light to medium, because like this highlighter as well can, like, it could be kind of a little deep, but I like that they have two options, but also that these palettes do seem somewhat versatile. So yeah, definitely go out and get this palette. It's so nice and it's so like cheap as well. Like honestly the highlighter looks really good. There's maybe like a little bit of texture to it, but it does look really good. It's like a tiny bit of texture, but that looks so nice. I'm glad we tried this, because honestly I walked past this a few times and like didn't pick it up. I was like, no, there's no point. But I'm actually really glad we tried this. So we do have a setting spray as well from Body Collection. This is the Body Collection Skin Fresh Facial Mist. Okay, so it's not like a setting spray. I think it's more like a skincare item. It says it contains antioxidants and skin conditioning plant extracts. It's a powerhouse skincare product that leaves skin feeling fresh, hydrated and smooth. It says you can use it prior to makeup application and whenever you need a hydration fix. So I don't actually think we can use this. I mean, I might try like a little bit of it just to see. Just gonna close my shutters. That looks nice. It does have quite a strong smell to it, kind of like aloe vera, but I'm just going to try a little bit. Oh, mister is lovely. The smell is actually pretty nice too. It kind of smells like skincare, but yeah, it's not a setting mist, but I did feel like my face needed a little bit of hydration. Honestly, a little more in this area. I do feel like that did bring a little bit of like life and luminosity back to my skin. Oh, I mean, obviously it says it's not meant for use after makeup, so I'm not going to judge it like based on that, but it felt really nice. If I could use that like before makeup to like hydrate my skin and almost like a little bit like a primer, then that is definitely something I'm going to try. Hi, so I am back. My camera died, but I essentially filled in my eyebrows. I did some mascara. I also added a little bit of, oh, close up. I added a little bit of glitter to my inner corner and under my brow. I added a couple little flowers. I added some eyeliner and a lip gloss. And I think that was it. And this is my finished look. Oh, I also sprayed this hydrating stuff onto the end of my beauty sponge and just like patted it into my skin where I was feeling dry, and I honestly feel like it helped. But this is my little Valentine's Day look. We are going to do a wear test to see how this all wears. So yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, so it's been about 6 hours and I am back to do a wear test update. So I feel like you guys can probably see, but from afar, that was Lily, but from afar my face is still looking like really good. Up close there are definitely a couple spots that have sort of kind of like faded, but honestly it doesn't look as bad as I expected it to look. Like, it does still look really good. Let me zoom you in so you can see everything eyeshadow wise is still in place, even though I didn't use like a wet base. But like, my texture is not looking the best, like particularly around my mouth is sort of like faded like here, but honestly it really doesn't look that bad. Like, the worst places for texture are probably my nose and just like around my mouth, but like the rest of my face looks really good. The highlight looks nice, blush and bronzer are still looking really nice. Honestly, those Body Collection powders are super nice. Under eyes look pretty good. Like, they still look covered, they don't really look dry. Yeah, tell me, like, I don't know if you guys see a difference in the side. This side was with the brightener and the concealer, and this eye was just the concealer. So if you guys do see a difference, let me know. Just me looking, I would say that this eye maybe looks like a little bit darker, but I think that's because the concealer was so brightening. But yeah, honestly, I really like the way that my makeup actually looks still. That eyeliner hasn't really smudged or done anything, but I still don't really love the tip. It was very difficult to work with. But all in all, it all looks really good. And yeah, if you want to find like good eyeshadows or good face powders, definitely check out Body Collection, because they have a lot of great stuff. And that foundation, I would definitely suggest if you have like oily skin. And like, my face, like, it does not feel oily like at all. Like, it really doesn't feel like I've got makeup on. Alright, I'll be done in a minute. But yeah, Lily's moaning at me, so I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.